Yo, 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 new day, new day. It is once again, past my unofficial bedtime. Uh, God, this sucks. Like, alternating between days where I gotta work, and days where I just get to do whatever the hell I want. I gotta fucking be up, when do I gotta be up? I don't know, my alarm is set for 5:30, which is an ungodly time to be up, but that's the time I need to take a piss, take a shit, make some lunch, and fucking yuck, commute to work. Yeah, thank God I have my quote-unquote own car now, but you know, it's that comes with its own set of issues. Mainly that I gotta pay for gas, but another big thing is just the temperature inside the car when I leave it unattended, which is it feels weird because it's not something I think about. But the facts are just that I just leave my car to rot in a public parking lot when I don't use it. Which is a lot of the time. And, when summer rolls around here, I'm a fucking white guy who has just experienced like 30 degrees weather, which is absolutely horrible. And when I have a car that has been sat in a parking lot all day, sitting my ass into that fucking car seat, god damn, that was horrible. Not horrible in the morning though, but I drank a half a Monster on my way to work because it was a rough morning to get up. I left it out there because I didn't fucking think about taking it in with me, and I don't really know where to put it when I do get inside the factory building. And fucking when I got out again, when I clocked out, the can was basically boiling. God, it was awful. It didn't taste bad though. Yes, I did try. Of course I did. Anyway, so yeah, gotta clock in back to work again tomorrow. Yippee yay! But in the meantime, while I'm just sitting here at home, I have been booting up some Elderfield. Welcome back to Elderfield, the demo, which is which is a demo. It's essentially like a how the fuck do I explain it? It's a I guess it's just like a creepypasta up version of Stardew Valley, which I really fuck with. I fuck with it hard. It is fucking amazing, and it's just gotten a quality of life update, or just got, I don't actually know when. It's a few like weeks in between me actually playing the game, because again, I just get to a point where I have just slightly too little things to do. Also because it is just a demo, right? It's not supposed to be done yet. And then I just kind of stop, even though I could have technically, just, skipped a couple days, just went fishing and to spend some time and then go to sleep and then clock in the next day, But I did not do that. Instead, I have waited for this perfect opportunity to essentially just, I don't know, there's a bunch of quality of life changes. There's also a lot of changes in terms of, just steamrolling progression, basically. Which makes it a lot easier for me to not, go dead in the game. Go dead in the game. Holy shit. Fuck it. I feel like sometimes I just kind of stop playing because I don't really have anything to do, as I have explained, and they've kind of fixed that, I guess. There's still problems, right? But it has gotten a lot better. So, I don't know, what drew me in was basically just the vibes of the game, and that's also what makes me stay. But now it's beginning to look more and more and feel more and more like an actual, you know, polished game. You can feel that the polishing is still, you know, it has some work cut out for it, right? But it is being done. The game is actively being worked on, which is always exciting to, you know, kind of be a part of and feel a part of, I guess. I don't know, I feel like an unofficial playtester, even though I do not interact with the community whatsoever. I guess by making this video I do interact with the community, but nobody's gonna know. So yeah, but essentially you just get a bunch of quality of life changes. For example, the biggest one I've interacted with so far is the mines, which are, from what I can tell, resetting a lot sooner, a lot more, whatchamacallit, I had hoped the word would just come to me right there. No, it didn't. A lot more often. Hey, it worked. It fucking worked. A lot more often than it used to, because it used to be like once a week, I'm pretty sure. Now it's like every 3 days, I think. 3 or 4 days. Which doesn't seem like a big difference, and I would like it to be, you know, more often than even that. Because there's a lot of things that you just can't really do if you know, the only thing you need is in the mines, and then you go and clear all the mines, and then you have to wait 4 days. And the days are not like Stardew Valley days, because there are, like, you know, both upsides and downsides to sleeping. So a lot of the time you just gotta pull an all-nighter in-game, which also just adds to the vibe. It's the same kind of vibe you feel when... Okay, this might be a very niche reference, but watching the show Call of the Night at night, that is a fucking absolute vibe. I feel like it's the same feeling you get when you sit here and play Elderfield, and then you just pull all-nighter after all-nighter, while you are yourself pulling an all-nighter. It's a fucking huge vibe. That's also something I deeply miss about, you know, not having to work during the day. It's just the freedom to just pull all-nighters, you know? That's something I deeply miss, and something I gotta do more of, honestly, when I don't have work in the morning. But then I fuck up my sleep schedule, and then I gotta work the next day. After that, I don't know, there's a lot to it, but essentially it's a vibe. It's a huge vibe. But the mines are getting because the mines are not that big, right? There are, like, from what I can tell, 4 layers in total spread across the map. Maybe there's more in the forest area that I haven't unlocked. Maybe that's just my own fault. But so far, 4 layers, which is not just not enough for, you know, unlocking everything I needed. Until now, I feel like this is a pretty sweet spot where the mines are resetting more often, and I just get more ores from each thing mined. Usually, at least. With the more rare stuff, you of course just only get 1. I assume so. I haven't actually really checked, but it feels like that at least. And the mines are also, instead of just being, you know, the same layout, it kind of changes. Kind of like Stardew Valley, but there's not a lot of different layers. But, you know, the vibe of something changing, and, you know, the small little additions to the game it does a lot. It makes a big difference when there are so many small changes. Something that I don't think I will reap the benefits from, but that is, I don't know, you have the opportunity to, is the fact that they've steamrolled a bunch of the plot lines. For example, I read in the patch notes that they have this. Basically, you know, when you get introduced to the characters, they're just kind of standing around, and when a guy looks at some gate and says, I don't know, it's locked right now, but I have a key. But you gotta go into my house and get my Game Boy first. Because I lost it, but it is literally just in his house, and it seems kinda meaningless, that entire thing. So they just straight up removed that and made him just unlock the gate right then and there. Also, from what I can tell, I hope they add more of this specifically, but more characters are giving you just like random shit instead of just taking shit from you, right? They actually give you some stuff that you can use. For example, what do I call her? I forgot her name. The girl who has a hut just outside the first mine, who lives beyond the gate you just unlocked. When you go talk to her, I'm pretty sure just for the first time, she shows you around, like, you know, explains the whole crafting tools things and stuff. And after that, now she also gives you a furnace to smelt these ores that she is talking about. So that's pretty great. I also have just completed the cat, he has a cool name, I forgot what he's called. But your neighbor is just a straight up a black cat with a ominous hole in the floor that growls sometimes. And you gotta fetch some, I think fog broth that you then go and get to him, but it's not really for him, it's just for his friend, which is again quite ominous. And he also gives you not a fertilizer, what's it called? Fermentation barrel? Is it just called a fermentation barrel? Maybe. God damn it. Yeah, no, that was my own fault. I guess I'm tired of shit, and I don't really want this run to go on any longer. At least that is what I'm going to tell myself. Anyway, gotta go brush my teeth. Yeah, bye.